Well, hey everybody. Oh, look at that. I didn't even check my hair before I came on here. I feel a mess. It's hot. It's been a long day. But hey, I'm actually just doing this live. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in Australia. So I'm guessing that a lot of the world the Northern Hemisphere is asleep. But I just wanted to get this live done before I head off to another city tomorrow. We're going to Melbourne as a family to visit our boys that live there. So I'm a bit excited about going on our family trip. And so today has been a lot of just getting the house sorted, getting house sitters, getting it ready for house sitter and all of that kind of thing. So I did want to finish off showing you how I will distress a little bit of this and finish it off with some Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint tough coat sealer. That's the sealer that I'm going to be using to finish this one. So if you missed my other lives on this dresser, I show you, number one, the first one was showing you how I painted this using Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint in the colour Artissimo, which is a deep navy blue. That's kind of a little bit chalky finish right now because it's dry. It's a porous paint, just similar to chalk paint in the finish of it, so it does need a sealer on the top. So we went through a few different options of how I could seal it, either using an oil like hemp oil or a stain and finishing oil, or I could use the tough coat sealer, which is what I've decided to use on this one today, or I could wax the finish of this to seal it. Now when you put a sealer on top of Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint, you will get a beautiful deep colour showing the real colour of the piece. So I just am going to check to see if I'm getting comments here. If you're there, give me a wave, send me a hello or a shout out or something like that. So if you're in another part of the world, let me know what time it is, because I don't ever do lives at this time of day. So it's kind of a spontaneous one if you've just joined me here in Australia, in Queensland, and it's really hot, and you've probably been hearing about the fires down south, and we're praying for rain across the whole country right now, so join with us in that. Hey Julie, thank you so much for giving me a wave. Just lets me know that you're there and that you can hear me properly. So we're going to be using Miss Mustard Seeds Tough Coat to seal this, but also I just wanted to show you how I'm going to distress the finish, distress the look of it. I've already done this side of it, and I'm just going to use my Sandy Hand sanding glove today. Now these come in both a cotton glove version or a tradesperson's version. So as you can see, the tradie, as we'd call them in Australia, the tradesperson version is for those of you who do a lot of furniture, a lot of sanding, a lot of furniture painting. You'll want to get the tradesperson glove. Now that comes in a few different sizes in right or left hand. If you're in Australia, you can get them off my website at irestorestuff.com. I might pop a link in the comments when we're finished, but that's the glove there, and each grit, you can remove the grits to change the grit for a different size. The size that I've got it on here at the moment, I believe it's a 180. So usually I would use probably a little bit higher than a 240 or higher if I'm distressing. But I've just kind of tested this out on the other side, and because I have used this grit a fair bit, it's kind of losing that grittiness. So I think this 180 will be fine for distressing. Usually I would reserve the 180 or those coarser grits for when I'm hand sanding a piece down, like removing paint when I'm prepping a piece. But today I'm just going to use my Sandy Hands glove. It's really handy for doing this kind of thing. I'm hoping you can see there. So all I'm doing is just, you can either do it in little circle motions, except you don't want to get circle marks or scratches. So that's why I opt for usually a 240 or a 320 grit, even a 400 if your piece is really chippy or flaky. You can find out a lot more about Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint and how to paint with it on my YouTube channel. I've got a bunch of YouTube tutorials where I talk a lot more about Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint. So all you're going to do is just kind of knock a little bit off on the edges, but also you want to get that nice and smooth to put your finish over the top of it. Hi Kylie, thanks so much for joining us. Yay! Yep, the glove is brilliant. You can get those on irestorestuff.com. Just go to the shop menu and you'll find them right there, Sandy Hand sanding gloves. So I'm sort of doing a bit of a circular motion, going a little bit up and down. making sure you get in all of the places, but you just want to give it a really quick, beautiful sand over just to remove any rough pieces, because it's a natural paint, and so you'll have natural pigments in there. It's made of, milk paint's made of chalk, limestone, casein, which is the protein in milk. I've forgotten one other thing, and the natural pigments in it. So just do a little quick sand over there, and then it's all ready to finish. And distressing can be as much or as little as you want. You just kind of have a little look around at some of the images on Pinterest. If you don't follow me on Pinterest, there you go. I've got a whole Pinterest account that you can follow. Just look up I Restore Stuff on Pinterest, and you can see a lot of the milk painted pieces there, and just get an idea for how much distressing you want to give your piece. Do you want a really chippy, flaky look, or do you want just a little bit of distressing on the edge of your piece? Let me know in the comments, what kind of do you prefer, or do you prefer the slick, modern look, which you can also get with milk paint. You can add a bit of the bonding agent if you don't want any chipping or flaking. There's so much, it's a really versatile type of paint. Okay, so just going to dust off my glove. That's the sanding glove, available on the website. Then I'm going to give it a good wipe over with the rag. Whoops, it's quite dusty in here today. You could actually vacuum this if you wanted to. That's another option. You just want to get it really clean. And I often hesitate to wipe it down with a wet rag using water, because I don't want to reactivate the milk paint. I'm just going to dust it down, make sure it's all clean. Feels like, and just kind of feel over your edges. Just give it a good feel to make sure that you have gotten all those rough edges, rough bits off. Turn that around to the front a little more. Now, the other live I did the other day was the top and the drawers, which I'll show you. They're just behind here. I'll show you that in a minute, but I did a live to show you how I stained this with Fusion's Stain and Finishing Oil. It's an all-in-one. It stains at the same time as it seals and finishes your piece, and it's really gives it a lovely, it's also a matte finish, so it's a lovely feel for that. All right, so that's all ready to go. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comment section, and I'm happy to answer those for you. So we're using Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint Tough Coat Sealer. I'm going to be putting that straight over the top of here. Let me just move it around a bit for you to see. Hopefully you can see that. I might just drop the tripod down in a second. Now, this is a matte finish, so you will notice sometimes you can't really see it there now because I've actually mixed it, but the matting agent might drop to the bottom, and you don't want to, mix that up and then get a gloss finish here and a matte finish here. So as you're painting. So before you use it, we just twirl it around like this. So you're rotating it and making sure that matting agent is all mixed in there. Once that's done, you don't want to shake it because that creates air bubbles. And so what I'm going to do is just mix up some of this, not mix it, just put it in a dish. And I'm going to be applying it with one of the Staalmeester brushes. If you're in Australia, you can get any of these off my website at irestorestuff.com. Now this is a number 15, which is a really lovely size. I just love their tapered bristles, synthetic brushes, beautiful, beautiful for painting and using the water-based finishes. I only ever use my really good brushes for the water-based products. If it's oil-based, like the oil finish up here, I prefer to use a brush that I don't care about, like a really old one or a really cheap one, because it's oil-based finishes take a bit of terps and a lot of cleaning up. So I'm just squirting a whole bunch into my dish, and this is a super easy finish. So with waxing, if you're waxing, you'll need to apply the wax and then buff it off. You can go to a lot of my videos, some of my lives on Facebook or on my YouTube channel to check out my waxing videos. Today we're just using a finish, which is just sort of apply and let it dry. it does dry really quickly. So you want to kind of move fairly quickly. So see the dark colour now coming out. I'm about to move that camera closer so you can get a really good look. So you'll see the difference there. Coming in closer, zooming down. It shows the actual true colours of the milk paint a lot better from that angle. There we go. Using the sealer, it's sealing the porous finish of the milk paint. And now we see the true colour of that. It's almost like a midnight blue colour. The colour is called Artissimo in the Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint range. So if you've got any other questions about milk paint, please let me know. Just used my sanding glove to just sand it down. And I can feel that drying already. It's so super fast to dry. I'll just show you this side and then I'll finish up and I'll finish off the rest later. But just wanted to show you how easy it is to just finish off and seal Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint. So that's going to seal in any wood areas where you have done the distressing, as well as seal up the porous milk paint so it's not so chalky. It's just drying so fast here today because it's very, very hot and humid. You're all having a great new year. Oh, hi Elisa. It's late there. So where are you? I'm wondering where you're from. I'm wondering if there's anyone from the USA or Canada or UK on here today, because usually I do my lives in the morning here, which is nighttime there, and there's a bunch of you from there, but they can catch the replay today. So make sure you get all the areas. I do the back of these legs here. So I've just popped it in a dish to do the sealer, just because it comes out of, it's a squeeze bottle, so it comes out. Oh, you're in Georgia. It must be late there. Great. Thank you so much for watching. So I'll just show you the difference between, if you've just joined me, whoops, excuse me, between the side that I've just done, and then you can see the front here, the colour difference between this and the darker blue there, because I've sealed it. Now I'll just show you the drawers really quickly. I'll just take this camera off and flip you around. Hi Mary from Canada, yay, thanks for joining me. So this is the side that I have not done. So that's the before, and that's Artissimo in Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint. And here's the after where I've sealed it. Now that's still drying now, the sealer, but you can see the difference in this chalky texture here, and then the darker blue where it's sealed, and it's even touch dry, just drying there. So we did the top. Catch that live on my feed from yesterday, where I showed you on video how I used a combination of two different colours in the stain and finishing oil. And these are the drawers, two drawers that go here, and they go in here, and it's going to look gorgeous. So I can't wait to show you what it looks like in the finish. So thanks guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about milk paint or using Miss Mustard Seed milk paint, please pop them in the comments below. Go check out my blog, irestorestuff.com, where I've got so many blog posts. Just pop in the little search bar at the top of my blog, whatever you're looking for. Type in milk paint and it'll bring up all the blog posts about milk paint. You can do the same on my YouTube channel. I've got a heap of videos over there. A heap, do you say that? A lot of videos over there, and you can type in milk paint and it'll bring up all of my milk paint videos. So thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for praying for all the fires. That is very helpful. I know God's listening to your prayers because they've had a little bit of rain there, and so we need more. So thanks so much for your prayers. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. And I may have some live posts, or at least some some little stories and behind the scene things from our trip when we go to Melbourne. We're leaving tomorrow for Melbourne to visit there. Can't wait to show you what we get up to. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.